Blame Truth here, and I have so much I want to cover this video. I don't even know where to begin. I was initially going to make a video and then some breaking news like dropped on me, so I'm just going to combine it all into this video. I got so much I want to cover. I'm not sure how long this is going to be, but either way, if you guys could like this, comment. I want all of this to get seen, especially the latter portion. I want it to spread like wildfire. I want people to start talking about this in the Call of Duty community because it needs to be addressed. It's inexcusable. But the first order of business, the breaking news, is XDefiant, the game I am playing right here in this video, unfortunately is losing support. As of today, it will lose support after whatever it drops for Season 3 happens, and it appears it is DOA. Ubisoft being Ubisoft. It's so weird to me that Season 3 got all this hype behind the scenes. I follow like leak discords and leak accounts for XDefiant and stuff. Season 3 was going to be huge. I mean, Assassin's Creed themed, Prestige mode being a thing, tons of content, more content than we've seen yet, and yet Ubisoft pulls the plug before it drops before Christmas. Just bizarre. Just absolutely bizarre. Ubisoft, after this, man, I can't support them. Like, they've just dropped the ball constantly. We've seen what they've done with the new Assassin's Creed and how they've kind of basically force-fed it onto people. And just other IPs they've mishandled. I don't know what's going on there, but I don't see a future where Ubisoft actually survives next year. Like, past next year. I really don't. XDefiant, you know, I want to say out of character, like, I love this game. I have about 350 hours played on it. It's just, again, such a mishandling, though, from Ubisoft. You wouldn't believe the amount of new people to my channel that will constantly ask, like, hey, BT, what game are you playing? What is this? And I'll be like, XDefiant. And I'm like, man, they really didn't advertise this for shit, did they? This game got popular pretty much from word of mouth at the end of the day. But, you know, it sucks that it's going away. I'll still post gameplay. I got gameplay stockpiled forever. I mean, the servers are still live until, like, next year, I think. It's just a fucking weird situation. I mean, what if Season 3 is a hit? Do they cancel the like, you know, ceasing of content? Like, what happens there? But this is just the story of AAA gaming, man. Either it's incompetence or it's just fucking over the consumer. It seems like there's no real in-between for these game studios nowadays. But that's really all I want to say about XDefiant. I think the dev team is super talented. The open communication between the dev team and the players and them just doing right by the players and trying to just put the consumer first was refreshing. And that's why I tried to support the game all I could, especially since Ubisoft didn't really advertise it. A lot of people were saying I was like paid off to promote this game. I'm telling you right now, like, fuck Ubisoft. I'm not being paid off. I'm just trying to do what they were not doing for a game I enjoy. It's just such a fucking mishandling, man. I think this game's maps are some of the best maps I've ever played on in like an arena shooter, like a Call of Duty style arcade shooter. And it's sad to see all that talent just kind of get misused by Ubisoft. It really does. I think they should have put all their resources into this instead of trying to make Skull and Bones, the fucking quadruple A game or whatever they called it that failed. Assassin's Creed by trying to rewrite history this iteration. Just dropping the ball constantly. Ubisoft. I mean, I think the only thing they have that's really hitting the mark still is Siege, and I'm not even sure if that's really lighting the world on fire. So, either way, though, guys, sad news. I hope the team, I hope Mark Rubin, Aches, and all the XDefiant devs, you know, land on their feet. I think they're a very talented team. I think they worked with what they had, and I think they gave us overall a good game. I think they needed more resources. I think they needed more budget. I think they needed Ubisoft to get fully behind them and actually advertise the game as well. But you know what? It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But let's segue into today's sponsor. You guys send me clips of Black Ops 6, just goofy shit that happens all the time on Twitter. So today's sponsor is right up most of your guys' alley, especially if you're trying to get some viral videos on TikTok or Twitter or social media, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. So as someone who edits all of his own content, all of his own videos, having editing be seamless and much more streamlined is super important for me. So that's why I'm bringing you today's sponsor, which is Wondershare and their demo creator, which is perfect for gaming videos. Demo Creator is a versatile tool for reaction video creators, gamers, VTubers, etc. And it supports 120 FPS 4K recording, so it is future-proof. It's super easy to use, super simple to use, and will make your gaming highlights, especially if you're a streamer, makes it way more professional, way more digestible. And if you put it on X, Facebook, TikTok, etc., it's more likely to go viral if it looks good. One of my favorite features is actually the annotations. You can add stylized text to your clips, which makes them pop and stand out. Even when you're just scrolling through social media and you're watching something that's muted before you click on it, people can still see exactly what's going on without having to read your lips. So right now, Wondershare is doing their Black Friday deal. Limited time only. Act fast before this deal disappears. Peep the link in the video description and or pinned comment and get Wondershare Demo Creator today. All right, thank you Wondershare for the sponsor. But let's switch gears and go to Call of Duty. I gotta talk about what these fucking assholes have done today. It never ceases to amaze me. It never ceases to amaze me that not only are they doing this, but that everyone is not calling them out on it. Every single creator. I get that some of you guys are paid off, if not most of you. I get that you want to stay in Activision's good graces, but holy shit, man. Call this stuff out. I just cannot believe what I'm about to show you. Let me get back into the, zone here. Let me get back into character here. I feel like I went from regular old Anthony to Blame Truth, or in this case, my wrestling alter ego, the Scud. Listen up, jabroni. Do you smell what the Scud is stepping in? It's shit! And it's from Call of Duty. Let's get to this, though. So in yesterday's video, I covered how confusing and how not truthful the double XP events are in Call of Duty. We broke down the fact that not only will your experience change, and I do mean like XP, not your experience, although that changes on a whim as well, but not only will your XP change depending on the map, it will change depending on the game mode. They notified us of this change and how you'll earn slightly less, I believe was the quote, XP in face-off modes, but it's not slightly less, it's like 65% less or something. That doesn't, like, define slightly to me, but whatever. But regardless, yeah, your XP will change depending on the game mode, the map, or a combination of the two. Everything, in my opinion, should just be double XP. If you advertise double XP, every bit of motherfucking XP I earn should be doubled. It's not difficult, it's not hard, but they make it so convoluted and so ridiculous that a lot of the community thought it was bugged or glitched or something. I said it's on purpose. They're doing it on purpose. And of course, I was right. Well, after the news today, I see exactly why they are doing that. From the official Call of Duty account, they say, new Black Cell loyalty bonus incoming. Players who obtain 2 or more Black Ops 6 Black Cell seasons will receive an additional 10% player and weapon XP boost that will stack with each new season obtained. So eventually you're going to be able to get like a 50% XP boost from buying all the Black Cell seasons. $180 in or whatever. Dude, look. I understand that this does not affect me. I also understand that this isn't even really pay to win, so to speak. But this whole, pay to progress... I mean, there is nothing in this fucking franchise, Call of Duty, that is remotely prestigious anymore. And that's a weird thing to say, but hear me out. Back in the day, if I were to run across somebody who had diamond camo in, Black Ops 2, for example, I'd be like, wow, that guy plays this game a lot. Whatever I run into in Call of Duty now, I just think, wow, this guy's a fucking loser. Or, wow, this guy spent his entire McDonald's paycheck to look like a virgin in this game. Or, wow, this guy is cheating. It's just one of those things. And people actually do this all the time on Reddit, on anything. Anyone who actually, reaches Prestige Master, I guarantee you, when Nero hits it, if he hasn't uploaded that video already by the time I'm making this, somebody's gonna be like, wow, man, touch grass, go outside. What a fucking loser. They're gonna be constantly doing stuff like that. Why bother unlocking anything in COD when you can just buy it? Instant gratification. No skill, no time investment, nothing. I do not like this like mobile game trend they are doing in this $70 game. I mean, think about this. Just think about how fucking insane this is, okay? Before, battle passes were in free-to-play games like Fortnite, okay? Free-to-play games would have battle passes. It makes sense. They have to make money. They'll sell you a battle pass. You complete it. It's a free-to-play game. I understand it. You know what I mean? But then other games, like paid games, started doing it. They do it in Dead by Daylight, and you have to pay for that game. Same with Siege, you know? But at least those games are cheap, and they're going to be around for a while. They're just one IP that keeps getting updated. Then $70, like, full price, AAA yearly games start doing it with Call of Duty. And at that point, I'm like, God damn, man, how much money can you actually siphon out of people? Like, I think that in and of itself is ridiculous. I really do. But then they do the Black Cell thing. $30 premium battle pass on a $70 game. I'm slamming my hand on my chair right now because I can't believe it. I can't even believe it just saying it, but it's a thing currently happening. And now they're doing this on top of that. Like, Jesus Christ. Now you get streak bonuses for buying more than one Black Cell. Like, what's next, dude? What's next? Can I pay Call of Duty just like $1,000? Can I pay Call of Duty just like $1,000 and get the Black Cell Ultra Premium Virgin I've never made eye contact with a woman battle pass? Can I do that where the game just plays itself for me? Will it just start aimbotting for me? Why not just sell legal aimbot at this point? You might as well. There's nothing in this game that is remotely fun anymore because everything could just be bought. But I do not want to pay for it out of principle. It's ridiculous. The more you pay for it, the more they're going to try to make things, more expensive and try to nickel and dime you more in the future. And they've proven that with the release of Black Cell, and now they're doing this. Like, we have to speak up against this stuff. It's bad for the future of the game. It's just going to get more and more ridiculous. I don't want to see the game go down this path. It's too much. It's too much monetization. And maybe I could let this slide if they didn't sheep out on, like, the servers. I mean, those guys for the World Series of Warzone and the other people that played in COD tournaments still aren't fucking paid. Like, I'm not going to let that go. And it's like nearly Christmas, Not only that, but, like, the servers. We've covered the netcode. We've covered the servers. Warzone is on 20 hertz servers. Pathetic. Black Ops 6 is on 60, but that doesn't even seem to matter because the netcode's still awful. Something is horrifically fucked up to the point where we've had to speculate, we've had to get data guys in. I've become a conspiracy theorist with skill-based damage at this point. I mean, either they're doing it on purpose or they're dumb as fuck. Like, there's no real in-between. So let me show you the findings that have come about from someone actually testing for this stuff. This is insanity. I don't know what to believe. I don't know if it's skill-based damage. I don't know if it's incompetence. I don't know if something is so massively fucked up with this game's hit detection, hitboxes, what have you, that it's just irredeemable at this point. But I swear to you, if they don't fix this, and I don't think they're going to fix this because these stupid assholes got community noted today. Yeah, that happened. I covered this in yesterday's video. I was yelling and screaming about it, but community notes actually shat on them, which is hilarious. So what I'm going to show you here is some clips from Freund. I think that's how you say his name, Freund. On Twitter. This guy goes above and beyond to test stuff out and find answers for us because the devs, Treyarch, Activision, Call of Duty updates will not talk to us. There's just piss poor communication across the board. All right. So what he found is startling, as you see here. The hitboxes don't seem to be aligned properly with the operator. I say operator in singular fashion because I don't know if this is multiple operators. I don't know if it changes from skin to skin. I don't know if there's bigger hitboxes on certain skins. He'd have to do a lot of testing to figure that out. But as you can see here, you can hit a character, see blood, but not get a hit marker. So, what is COD talking about in regards to this blood thing? I mean, there are tons of clips, especially in Warzone, of people shooting people with snipers, getting blood splats, and there's just nothing. Nothing really makes sense on the whole front. The fact that Call of Duty just said, hey, we're going to be taking away the erroneous, thank you for teaching me how to say that word, by the way, guys. I've never actually heard that word spoken in real life. I appreciate it. Erroneous blood splatter. Frune goes on to say, there's something weird with the hit registration right now. I've seen a lot of clips shared lately of what looks like hits with blood splatter, but without hit markers, both on MP and WZ. I don't know if it's just making missed shots look like they hit, or if it's not registering hits correctly. Could it be because of some kind of mismatch between server and client regarding hit reg and impact effects? If so, it could probably be even more noticeable if there's desync. Someone can probably give a better explanation. And Call of Duty's only response is, these are erroneous blood effects. Nothing else. Nothing else regarding like the hit detection, skill-based damage, maybe debunking those rumors on a public forum. Nothing. Just no communication. I mean, this has been Call of Duty, what I said on Twitter here to Frune. A bit more transparency and clear communication could have really helped here, he says, and I say that's been the fucking problem for the past 5 years. It goes like this. There's a problem or multiple problems. Community is left to speculate, test on their own, and make conspiracy theories for answers. The way these people treat their consumers should be illegal. He says, you're not wrong.
But the whole erroneous blood splatter,
like, the fact that they're only talking about that and not the netcode is worrying, because they didn't talk about EOMM SBMM for 5 years. They swept it under the rug. They refused to acknowledge it. And then we found out it was real. It was a thing in the background, manipulating experiences. This is the whole point of this like skill-based damage thing. I'm sure stuff is messed up here, and we're gonna transition to another clip of Frune making himself lag and shooting someone and not getting hit markers but getting blood. But this doesn't explain the whole situation. I've shown you guys clips of not only this but multiple hit markers as well. And it just doesn't make any sense. This, I mean, you could kind of chalk it up to maybe lag and then the packets aren't being sent or whatever. I don't understand the whole hit marker thing. This is what has me perplexed. The clips I've shown you where there's just like 10 hit markers on a gun that kills in 5 shots or whatever. That means that the server is registering the hit and the client is registering the hit, but there seems to be like a health buff or whatever. So I don't understand what's going on. I mean, I've shown you guys several clips now, but let's see what Frune has to say. When intentionally making myself lag, I can make my gameplay look a lot like many of the bad hit reg or skill-based damage clips that have been shared lately. In short, the blood effects are client-sided and the hit reg is bad, probably because of desync/bad servers. This is just me delaying my outgoing packets though. It's not what's happening in most clips, and I'm not saying I can show what it is. However, I do think this is a good demonstration of what the game can look and behave like under bad networking conditions / with a disconnect between server and client. It seems obvious to me that many of the hit reg clips that have been shared recently are showing some form of desync and or some issue related to lag comp, probably because of bad servers. I'm no netcode expert though, and don't know enough to explain what exactly is happening. So I'm about to blow your mind here. What if it's both of these things? Or in this case, all 4 of these things. Bad hit reg, bad netcode, wonky, messed up hitboxes, skill-based damage. What if it's all these fucking things? I truly do not know at this point. I don't understand what this game actually is. I don't understand why suddenly it's a problem now. You know, technically speaking, look at this Black Ops 2 gameplay. I'm playing this on 2013 internet, on someone's host, on a game that is tracking just as much info as Black Ops 6. I'm sure Black Ops 6 has more, but like, what is wrong with the game to where stuff is this bad? You know what I mean? Like, what's happening? I don't think games have changed so drastically as to take like 50 times the bandwidth to run. Again, I'm no expert either, but it seems improbable that I would never have like an issue like this on an old game like Black Ops 2. The internet in general, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, is way worse than it is now. So make it make sense, please. I understand Black Ops 6 looks better, but it's still tracking the same things, still tracking the same medals. Like, COD really hasn't changed that much. So what is going on? I refuse to believe that the 60 Hz servers are this bad. I could buy it's just lag and desync in Warzone, and I can buy that it's still happening in multiplayer. But I don't think this is the entire issue. The fact that it happens in multiplayer. I mean, I get sent clips from mostly multiplayer people, not Warzone, you know? Like, mostly multiplayer guys, and it's just insane, like, hit markers. Just hit markers out the ass. It doesn't make any sense. This is something we need to speak up about. I have guys on both ends of the spectrum kind of, like, mad at me, and what I mean by that is, like, I'm kind of a centrist here. I'm leaning towards the conspiracy theory side, but I just want the problem fixed. I don't really give a fuck what the problem is. I just want it fixed. By raising a stink about it, conspiracy theory-wise, I mean, that gets more attention than asking Activision nicely. That's negative press that news sites may even run with, you know, and rumors might start and people might drop off player count-wise. It's something that will get their ass in gear, so I'm leaning more towards that. And if they don't address it after I, you know, call them out on that, and they don't debunk it, and they don't fix the issue, I'd say it's probably nefarious. And I'm not even being like, that's not a reach there. That is their track record. That is their MO. I'm just going with deductive reasoning with that, okay? But, I mean, regardless, however you want to do it, whether you're a conspiracy theorist and you think this has been a thing since Modern Warfare 2019 and you're mad at me because I'm not going full-blown Alex Jones conspiracy with it, or you're a data guy and you don't want me, you know, sharing this false information that you deem false, at least, around the community, then, okay, fucking pick a side, stick with it, but just don't shut the fuck up about it. I don't care which sides you pick. Seriously. This needs to be fixed. The fact that they are charging more money than ever. They just gloated that they had the best launch ever for Black Ops 6, Warzone, whatever. And they also are losing players on Steam, at least. They appear to be losing players. So the server load should be less than before, like a month ago. Like, we have to keep hounding them on this or it will never get fixed. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. I hope you enjoyed the XDefiant and the Legacy Black Ops 2 gameplay. Just to go back to XDefiant, just to circle around, I feel like I do need to say more about the game. This is a game that's really kind of made me have fun again. It brought me back to kind of that old school shooter feel. It wasn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I truthfully haven't had fun with a shooter since Black Ops 4 in 2018. That was the last shooter I really cared about. XDefiant came along and gave me a lot of fun for the last couple of months. So, you know, Godspeed XDefiant. I hope all the devs land on their feet, and very talented group of people. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.